comes. He just saw my message, so here he comes. Come on, Cliff. Come on, Cliff. Come on. Come on, Cliff. Come on. How's everybody doing this Friday? I hope everybody is cool. All right, Cliff, I'm about to send you okay, boom, here it is. Boom. Hopefully it's not good for good connections for me for whatever reason. I think Facebook like me live. Yeah, you better have a part for me in the movie because I'm sure gonna watch you. I'm watching you. Peace, God. How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I know you tired. I know you busy. I trust me. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. I'm good enough to want to do this, you know, because what you're doing is very big, it's very heavy, and I think that people really should hear more and more about it.
Okay.
So, Cliff, I don't want to keep up too much of your time, so just tell people who you are, so they'll know who they looking at, who they listening to.
Well, I'm Cliff. Most people call me Crypto, which is Crypto Cliff. I am a financial advisor, financial coach. I'm also a full-time investor. I've been a full-time investor for over 11 years. I help people find the greatness in themselves by way of financial literacy. That's what I do. I help people build up their net worth so that they can actually build up their net worth.
Well, there y'all have it. Mr. Crypto Cliff, this is what he does. And I might want to add, I am taking his class currently, y'all. And believe me, this is a class that you all should want to invest in and pay close attention to. So I just got a few bullet points that I kind of want to touch on, in the most simplest forms. One is for people who don't know what crypto is or what the investments are that you are doing, or investments, period. Could you kind of like explain a little bit of that? Like, what is crypto investments and what does it do? How does it affect our economy?
Yeah, so cryptocurrency is a form of payment that can be exchanged directly from person to person versus going through the system to screw us over on a day-to-day basis. So when you invest in the crypto, my money goes directly from me to you. Essentially, it makes us our own versions of financial institutions so that we can stop taking our money and going to these banking institutions that actually screw us over on a day-to-day basis, right? What a lot of people don't know is every single time you swipe your debit card, you swipe your credit card, you get charged 2.5% on the average. But eventually, just to give you an example, let's say, for instance, I have $50. If I'm swiping 2.5% on every single transaction, eventually that money goes down to zero and the bank gets all that money back, right? But if I have crypto that's sent from person to person, that value system stays the same. And essentially, it makes us our own versions of institutions. And it makes us move around the market completely pseudo, meaning no one can see that transaction. No one can alter that transaction. Nobody can dive in and try to control that transaction.
Right. So in other words, like the way that we exchange now, buying and trading, going to the market, like you say, swiping our credit card. So there's what you're saying is that it cuts out the middle person. It cuts that out, which would be the way the system is running things through the way we transact, buy and trade currently. So I was watching one of your videos and you talked about how the transformation of wealth is coming into play, and you were telling people that you were advising them to start storing up wealth using other methods other than what we already have today. What were some of those methods that you were like speaking on?
So in order for me to speak on that, I have to first speak on what fiat currency is, which is the system we currently live under right now. So fiat currency actually took the place of the gold standard here in this country. The gold standard, I think it went out of play in 1963. That gold standard, we actually had our money in this country backed by physical gold, meaning you used to be able to go to a bank and pull out physical gold, physical silver for those dollar bills, right? Now, they converted that system over to a fiat currency system, meaning we have to base our trust that the government has our best interest at heart, which we already know how that goes, all right, first off. And we have to base our trust in a system that can print money as needed. Here's the fact that a lot of people don't know. Do y'all know that 40% of all the money that was ever printed in the entire history of this country was printed in the last 2.5 years?
Wow.
How old is it? Right now we live in the largest financial institution, the largest financial bubble in U.S. history right now. And what a lot of people don't know is, by the inflation rate continue to grow, by the cost of living continuing to grow and by our wages continuing to stay the same, that bubble can pop at any time. So my goal with my clientele, my students, I teach my students how to process the transactions first, to process the transition first. And then I teach my clients how to use what I like to call cross-border transactional currencies. Now, a cross-border transactional currency is a currency that can be exchanged anywhere around the world, right? Think about this. Gold is God's money. Gold is God's money. Gold is our money. Gold is the earth's money. No matter where you are on the planet, you can always exchange gold. Here's the thing, though. Crypto is also a cross-border transactional currency. No matter where you are in the world, somebody's going to accept that gold. No matter where you are in the world, somebody's going to accept that cryptocurrency. That's why people stay away. That's why the government systems want you to stay away from crypto. That's why the institutions want you to stay away from crypto, because they can't see those transactions. They can't move pseudo.
Right. Because they can't see it. They can't, right, because they can't detect it. Now, what is, in the video that I did earlier, the compilation, there were a lot of people. Even now, there's a lot of people complaining about the inflation, and they make good money. And they're still complaining. And there are some people with 2 household incomes that are still saying that they are living check to check, and they're, still behind on a lot of things. What is your take on the inflation, and how can you, what is your insight on the balance of investing things based on the future where the economy is headed? How would that be a balance for the people?
So inflation is a steady movement of price points, but the decline of our value of our money.
Right.
So here's some statistical facts on inflation. First things first, people don't understand that our money is down 90% lower than it was 30 years ago. There was a financial analyst who did a study. He wanted to see what the inflation rate would, how the inflation rate would affect the market over a 10-year period. So in 2012, he put $100,000 of his own money inside of a bank account, and he didn't pull that money out into 2022. What he found was that money had declined from $100,000 worth of buying power to $77,000 in buying power. That means your money is not even safe in a bank right now, because your money is steady declining. With the average inflation rate right now being 8.4% around the world, well, let's just talk about this country. The average inflation rate being 8.4% in this country, every single dollar you have in a bank account, you're losing 8.38% interest on every single dollar. You saving money, you're losing money. So if you don't have your money in avenues and instruments, it's actually going to accumulate with value. I have stored wealth value. You're losing money every single day.
Wow. And a lot of people are completely oblivious to this fact of how the system is playing with their money and what they're doing to it and how they're capitalizing off of people's ignorance. When you talked about gaining assets for people to have wealth, despite the fall of the economy, what type of assets were you speaking of? In one of your videos, you were saying something about, I can't remember exactly what it was. I should have wrote it down. But you were saying about people storing wealth. What type of wealth were you speaking of?
So if you're looking for fast growth in the markets, there's no other faster market than cryptocurrency. I don't care what the government says, and you can Google this for a fact. The United States government owns 205,000 Bitcoin. Wow. So the same government that tells you not to buy Bitcoin is storing Bitcoin. The same institution that tell you not to buy Bitcoin, they're storing Bitcoin. I don't know if everybody on your call knows who BlackRock is, but BlackRock is the largest financial institution, period. Period. They literally own everything. It's three companies in the world that own everything. BlackRock is going to call Street Something and Vanguard, and they're all owned by the same entity. They all came out and blessed crypto and said the next world millionaires will be created from the crypto market, and that crypto should be used as a hedge against inflation. Now, BlackRock doesn't speak on anything. They literally gave people the blueprint to wealth, and no one listened. But here's the thing. The assets that you should be putting into your portfolio right now. cryptocurrency, not just any cryptocurrency. Don't go chase the Doge coins and the meme coins. Chase premium cryptocurrencies, right? You should also put precious metals into your portfolio. Silver is a big time precious metal you can have in your portfolio. One of the biggest holdings that I have right now is silver. Silver is relatively pretty cheap right now. You can get silver for roughly around like $30 an ounce. But you can stack silver, and silver is going to always hold its value because every single device we have around the world has some form of silver in it. Silver, gold, copper, titanium. Those are all precious metals. That's the world's money. So that money will never go out of style. Also, buying land. People like to buy houses, bump houses, buy land.
Yes.
Land will always be stored value. Always be stored value. Buy land. I can tell you 3 states right now where you can buy land for dirt cheap, and it will always hold its value. Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. Those 3 areas right there, you can buy land right now. And you can buy acres of land for dirt cheap. I just bought a 46.6 acres of land right now for $14,300 in Wyoming.
Yeah, that's a steal. Now, I want to ask you this. You do have your classes, which I am one of your students, current students at the moment. What are some of the things, like some of the subjects that you teach some of your students in the classes, and tell people why your class is important as far as where we're headed in this economy?
Oh, absolutely. I got you. So first things first, in my course, I have multiple courses. I have my one-on-one course, and I also have a group course that I do. You're going to learn what blockchain technology is. We have too many people who jump into the crypto space who don't know what they're doing. You have to learn the basis and the history behind cryptocurrency. When you learn this skill set, for me, you're not talking to somebody who jumped in a couple of days ago or 2 years ago. I've literally been in the crypto space around 90% of the time crypto even existed. So I have the history behind everything crypto. You're going to learn the history behind cryptocurrency. You're going to learn the importance of Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin so important? You're going to learn the importance of other cryptocurrencies. We're going to teach you how to buy and sell crypto, how to day trade the crypto market and the futures market. You're also going to learn about crypto wallets, how to store your cryptocurrency. All right, we go into the more advanced levels of crypto investing, which you should be happy to do. We're actually going into them Sunday. All right, the more advanced level of crypto investing when it comes down to staking. Staking is a premium way for you to invest in crypto. Staking is almost like a compounding interest, where you can buy cryptocurrency, sit into a protocol, and allow that protocol to use your cryptocurrency to verify transactions on the blockchain, and they actually pay you an APY, annual percentage yield, just for holding cryptocurrency in their protocol. Right? That's basically you accumulate money just for sitting your cryptocurrency somewhere, right? And I'm not talking about 2 or 3%, 19, 22%. There are some staking pools that pay up to 150% annually. Yeah. So you're gonna learn about staking. You're gonna learn about the DeFi market. You're gonna learn about NFTs. NFTs are taking over our planet right now. Saudi Arabia they're building this city called the Line right now. It's literally a straight line that's full of glass. That entire city we ran by NFTs. Yeah. Wow. NFT very big right now. AMC, multiple other big time movie companies are starting to convert movies into NFTs right now. The music industry is starting to convert their music into NFTs. Artists are now finding out that I don't have to go through a music record company anymore. I can just put my music on NFTs and sell it myself. So NFTs are producing independent contractors, independent growers, independent business people in all of those spaces, in the entertainment spaces, right? Snoop just bought Death Row Records. He just bought a dope artist named October London. I'm pretty sure I heard about it. Dope artist. But Snoop is getting ready to put, Snoop is getting ready to put, he owns the entire catalog of Death Row Records, right? Snoop is getting ready to put all of the old Death Row albums on an NFT form.
Wow. That's deep, man. And you know, the thing is, by you being so informative of this, because there's a lot of people out here, they paint this picture, but they're not really as informative as you are, and they're really not doing what you're really doing. Like, you're really, really helping people. Like, you have real live students that have taken your course, that has did the one-on-one, and they are seeing results. You know, so you have receipts. And now let me ask you this. Where do you see people who are not taking out the time to learn this information, to know what's going on in their system, to know how the nook and crannies and the intricacies of the way the system is ran, of the buying and trading parts of things? Where do you see those people actually headed as far as their stability?
They're going to be in dire straits. And it's not something, here's the thing, people think crypto is something that's coming. It's already here. JP Morgan. I can name Walmart, Amazon, Samsung, LG. I can literally show you a blueprint right now where over 1,000 major Fortune 500, Fortune 100, and just major corporations are already full throttle cryptocurrency. And they've been investing in cryptocurrency for at least the last 3 years. There are 3,600 banks right now that are full throttle blockchain tech, including Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PNC, USAA, Navy Federal. I can keep going on. 3,600 banks already using cryptocurrency. They're already using blockchain technology. It's not something that's coming. It's already here. They're just now starting to talk about it because these big time corporations are fully invested now.
Right.
They never tell you to get into something when they're getting into it. They tell you when they've already got into it. Think about AI tech. AI tech right now, which is a huge industry, people are just now starting to see ChatGPT. Do you know how long AI tech has been in this space? A very long time, at least the last 15 years. But we're just now starting to play around with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know, so people don't understand there's a war going on right now. If you don't look up and listen to anything else I say, go look up the BRICS system. Go look up what the BRICS system is doing and how they're getting ready to dismantle, and completely demolish the United States dollar bill, which is going to drive everything down and put us into World War III. If you don't have your ducks in a row, you're going to be on the losing end of everything. Our people need to stop with this whole group mindset. We have a popular vote mindset.
Yes, we do.
Not the popular move to do. We don't want to do it. We have to start being ahead of the curve with it. What I do with my clients, what I do with my students, I put my students 6 to 10 years ahead of everybody else, so that we can all be in place to capitalize on the next move.
And the thing is, and the reason why I even wanted to do this is because, like you said, our people do. We're so busy worrying about chasing a bag that we're not realizing that bag is going to turn into a bunch of air. Like, you know how potato chips used to be full back in the day? Now you get the big bag and you get like 10 chips and the rest be air. That's what the bag is ready to look like. But we have no assets. We're not the type of people who were taught to invest in assets, so that when all this other stuff fail, we still have a backbone. And this is what I respect so much about what you're doing, because you're changing your people's minds, and you're telling them, yo, look, this is not going to last very much longer. And the fall of every great kingdom throughout history has always started with the economy. And here we go here with America. And everybody wants the American dream. Well, the American dream is slowly turning into a nightmare. And it's not just for people that look like us. It's going to be affecting everybody. I'm talking about this is not about race discrimination. None of that. It's people, period, that this is going to affect. And this is why I felt that it was very important to at least give people just a touch of what it is that you're doing, because what you're doing is you're actually taking you're taking the ship, and you're sailing, and you're leading, and you're showing people, yo, if you go that way, you're going to run into a tsunami. So let me show you what you turn them boats around, and you're leading people to a safe place, so that when all this stuff crash and burn, we still will have some sort of bulwark over us, some protection. This is why I feel that what you're doing is very spiritual as well. Our people are known to be the most spiritual people on the planet. So what we need to really look at is the spirituality and what it is that you're doing. Because without us being guided to the protection that we need, where do we go? What do we do? You know, we could sit down, fall, and pray all we want to. And this ain't no disrespect and this to nobody, but prayers ain't finna do nothing for you if you're not in the right frame of mind and you're not doing the right thing to get yourself where you need to be. So hats off to you, Crypto Cliff. You know, I got mad respect for you. I also want you to touch on how people can get in touch with you that want to know more about what you're saying, because the most thing I respect the most is that it's us being able to hear from us. You understand what I'm saying? We were able to hear from us. I respect it. You feel me? And I feel like our people really need to take their head out of the sand and stop ignoring this and really start paying attention. So people need to share this. If you get this live, share it. If you see the video, share it. Lead people to this man, because he is being completely directed by the divine to help people avoid a pitfall and a crash, because slowly but surely this system is crashing and burning. And your dollars, they say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Well, your dollars ain't gonna make no sense when it's, when it's all over with. You're gonna need something else.
I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even say slowly at this point. We're falling fast.
Yes.
People don't understand this thing can blow tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it on this note, just to show people just how serious this is. So the thing that made America great, essentially, I mean the newfound version of America, not the old. We know how the old version of America actually came about. The newfound version of America, what made it great was the peace treaty we signed with Saudi Arabia in 1962. That's what we signed, was for oil directly from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was an ally. Saudi Arabia, 3 months ago, just severed that peace treaty. And now Saudi Arabia is full throttle BRICS, meaning Saudi Arabia is on the other side going against America. Right now, the entire continent of Africa is denouncing the United States dollar bill. The entire Middle East is denouncing the United States dollar bill. Russia, China is denouncing the United States dollar bill. Here's another thing that should scare the shit out of everybody. Excuse my language. We are at war with China right now. We've officially declared war against China, but China owns 382 acres of land in America. Think about that. We're at war with this country, and they own 328 acres, 382,000 acres of land. Russia owns another 224 acres of land. Google it.
Now just think about that. Just think about that, people. Just think about the things that we should be thinking about.
It gets worse. Let's talk about it. It gets extremely worse. Not only do they own this land, the land that they own is surrounded by the major lakes over major cities of America, meaning they control the land around the lakes of those cities. If we were to go to war tomorrow, full throttle war, they can shut off every single city, major city, shut off their water supply. That is an act of war.
Right.
You don't have your stuff together. If you're not in the space to where you have your money sitting in assets, to where you can get up and go with it, something that's tangible, where you can get up and go with it, you're going to be at a loss, point blank period. And it's not something that's coming 10 years or 20 years down the line. This stuff can happen tomorrow.
It's definitely happening now. The inflation is sick. I went to the store to go get some groceries, and I got to the cash register, and I wasn't getting nothing but salad. I'm talking about lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, and I was like, what? I promise you, I hadn't even got a full course meal. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow, but it's definitely going down. So I hope y'all are really paying attention. I hope y'all tune into this. I hope y'all really take what's being said with extrasensory advisory. Go look the information up, what he's talking about, what he's giving you. Think about taking his class. Think about learning. Even if you don't want to be a full-time investor, this is still knowledge that you're going to need to know. We're moving into the system is changing. The whole system is being reconstructed, y'all, and we're going to need to know how to survive that. All our people talk about is being autonomous from the government. Well, this is the first step of learning how to do that. So, Cliff, tell the people where to follow you at. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Clifton O'Neal. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Crypto Cliff. I'm also Crypto Cliff LLC on TikTok. I have a class starting on the 20th, so let me know.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all heard it here at the Talk to Tarot with Nairi Sanchez, calling in Crypto Cliff and talking to his people about this financial fraud that we're dealing with around the world, especially here in the States. So on that note, thank you so much, Cliff. I appreciate you for taking out the time to come on here and talk to us about this, because I'm a baby at it. I'm taking, I'm eating applesauce. So, I'm appreciating this information, learning it. If you don't know what it is, y'all, take the class. Just take the class and learn it.
No, thank
So
you. I appreciate you letting me. Appreciate you if we actually coming in and let me come in here and speak this knowledge to you. I got you.
yes, we need that. Is there any advice before we shut down that you would want to give anybody listening in?
Well, I always like to say, in order for you to change your life, in order for you to change your circumstances, your life circumstance, you have to change your mindset. And when you change your mindset, you elevate your life. Point blank, period. It all starts with your mindset. So you have to get out of the old way or kill the old you to recreate your own self, you know? So get your right mind to get to the right results you're actually trying to get to.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all heard it. Follow this man, join him in, pay attention to what he's doing. He puts the screen, he puts all his information. He's very transparent with what he's doing. And he has real clients, real class, and he has real students that testifies and attest to this. So on that note, yes.
741 students and counting. Yep.
Okay. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard what he said. 700. It's over 700 students. And I'm a newbie. I'm a newborn, but I'm gonna learn. Dang it, I'm gonna learn. So don't be afraid and intimidated by the information if you don't understand it. Just come and start somewhere. Period.
Right.
So, thank you for coming on, and I'll be seeing you in class Sunday.
All right. Peace. I appreciate it.
All right. No problem, y'all. Enjoy y'all weekend. Peace.